as long as you're trying, it's good. And let me rephrase that. As long as you're doing, it's okay, it's good, it's great. Because it's one thing to say you want to do something, it's one thing to say you have this dream, and it's another to actually do. And it's that separation in action and just feeling. As we feel we want to do something and we act to go towards it, where is your attention? But as long as you're doing what you said you want to do at whatever pace it may be, as long as you're consistent with it, as long as you put your heart into it, you put your all into when you're doing it. That's what's important. And don't get lost in the progress. Don't get lost in comparing yourself to others. As you see people doing what they do, you see them having similar goals, but they're reaching it quicker or slower. Calm down. Don't compare yourself to them. You are on two separate tracks. You are on two separate paths. So although they might be going faster or slower, it's like, look at your own progress. Look at your own progress and see, I'm moving. Whether it's one step at a time, whether you're jogging, you're running, just know you're going towards it. And it's like, know that in the end, it's like, as we are going through it, our experience of trying to achieve what we want to achieve, you have to realize it's like, again, don't compare yourself to anyone. Now you can ask them for advice, like, hey, what do you do? Trying to get a more holistic picture where it's like you're trying to see everything on like a grand scale and take what they know, what have grown from, and just apply it to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with humbling yourself, putting your ego to the side, and asking a question. Nothing wrong with that, as it helps you later. It helps you later in your life. It helps you on the path you are going, on whatever it might be. It might be a passion, a job, your kids. It could be in anything, because it's like, you could, for example, kids. Why did I say kids? It was just something off the top of my head. But it's like, you can ask another parent. It's like, hey, how do you deal with your kid, being, I don't have a kid, so it's like, how would you deal with your kid crying and you get a different response than what you do? And it's like, you can try it out, see if you want to test it, or if you already know that, like, hey, it's not gonna work, like, at least you know now. At least you went out and discovered. And that's the whole thing. It's like discovering yourself, because you may have to change the direction. You may have to change it, as it's like, either you change it to something completely new, as it's like, oh, I want to do this instead, and it's like something that just truly fulfills you. That's what you want to do. And it's another thing where it's like, when some new information is brought to you, when some new information is like, you just find something new out, and it's like, you can apply it and it changes slightly of everything you are doing, like the overall aspect or the grand scale of it. It's like you're tweaking it, you're fixing the bugs. You know how video games, they be having like bugs, and then they have updates where it's like they patch it, they make it so the game is better overall, the experience overall is better. And it's like, be like that in a way, where you have your plan and you go for it, but you can don't be so like strict on yourself on it, because it's like, you kind of got to be fluid, because it's like, if something new gets brought up, or something you might have miscalculated or just weren't aware of, and it comes up, it's like, you can go around that now. You don't feel lost. You just feel like, okay, it's another thing I gotta do. It's another thing I gotta solve. You become a problem solver. And it's like, know that, people you meet along the way too, you gotta keep an eye out. And I say that in a way, it's like, keep your energy safe. Where it's like, if you have people who are constantly just draining you, just being in this negative space, or just doing things where it just adds up to nothing. It's like, what is the point? What is the point in that? It doesn't help you. If you are really trying to do what you want to do, if you're really trying to make a name for yourself, or for your family or community, however it may be, it's like, just stick with the plan. Just do what you got to do. And if they aren't conforming, or they make fun of you, or anything of that sort, where it's like they try and make it seem like you aren't going to be able to achieve, it's like, don't be with that group of people. Don't. Because it's like, in the same spectrum, you can find people who are in the same kind of mentality, just two hustlers, go-getters, just going for it, going for the goals, and just, you bring ideas to each other, or you can help each other in aspects they might have missed out on. Like, going back to earlier, it's like, when you have a great, solid, like, group of people around you, it's like, you can only prosper. You can literally only prosper. Even by yourself, you can prosper too, but it's like, it's a whole different feeling when it's like, you got people who you care about, and people who have that same kind of mindset, and you're going. So I just kind of want, like, my throat kind of hurts, because it's like, I don't know why, it just hurts. It feels like, talking like this, it doesn't hurt, but if it's like I speak super loud, or I cough, or like sometimes when I'm drinking something, it kind of hurts. I'm not gonna lie. Or laughing too, it hurts. And I laugh a lot, so it's like, that's gonna be tough. Now, do I think I'm gonna lose my voice? I don't know. Hopefully not, because I still want to record. I think it's just like, overstrained my voice or something like that, because everything else is perfectly fine about my body. No other symptoms, nothing like that, except for exhaustion. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's yesterday I played soccer. I had a game, and then we so we had a game. We didn't win, but I did realize something. Like, and I'm glad, like, I have some new friends joining me, and they pointed something out. They're like, yo, you're fast, just run with the ball. Because it's like, I was playing on the wing. So how would I put this in perspective for those who don't know soccer? It's like, so you got the pitch, right? You got the field. Like, imagine, like, a field, right? And there's like the middle area, left side and right side, and like the attacking part. So it'd be like up top, right? So I'd be on the right. Well, I mean, for you guys it's probably flipped, but I'd be on the right side of the field, like, attacking. And it's like, they're like, yo, you hesitate. They're like, essentially, I'd get the ball, and I'm like, I'm far out, so it's like, there's only like one person on me. They're like, yo, you have the ball, you have speed, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm quick, not to like make myself seem more than I am, but I'm fast. They're like, use that, because I would always just get the ball and just pass it. They're like, use it, you have so much space to run. And then, like, they're like, you have to do it more often, because I don't do it. And I realized that. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. So it's like, now I just have to be in the habit of, if I see that space, I just gotta run. Because I'll be honest, I'll be honest, it's like, I did realize that, I'm not gonna lie, there's a specific chance too. I was on the left side this time. It was me and a defender, and I knew for a fact I was faster than him. And it's like, I easily had the chance to run, because everyone else was in that middle area. I was on the left side, just by myself with that one defender, and there's a lot of space. When I tell you, there is a lot of space to run, like, forward to the goalie net. I should have done that, and then, they would have just came up and I could have done a pass, across, or whatever, but I hesitated, I stopped, and then I just passed it. It's like, so, why did that come in my mind? I have no idea. It was like, I guess just to point out, it's like I don't know it all. Like I still have improvements to make. They brought information to my. I had my friends bring and my brother bring information to me that helps me become better. So I'm taking that and I'm gonna run with it, which I appreciate them for. It. Like that is something you need. Just people who can give you a different perspective on what you can improve on. This video is a lot longer than I expected. I'm not gonna lie, but you know how it is. With that, it's like I don't know. There is so much to talk about. There is so much because in the same way, it's like you could bash yourself for not doing what you want to do, for not taking the chance, for not doing it. On the other side, it's like, okay, what was that? So, as I was saying, before that loud noise just appeared, still don't know what it was, I'm gonna be honest. But it's like, on the other side, you can just bash yourself for not doing it, for saying, why don't you do it? Why don't you? You must, whatever thoughts come about, it's like you could bash yourself for those. When in all reality, that just doesn't help at all. There's a side where you're being truthful with yourself and you're like, hey, look, you're not doing what you gotta do. Be honest with yourself, you're not. And there's another side where it's like, you can be honest with yourself in a way where it's like, you're able to just say what it is. Okay, you're not working on what you said you want to do. You're procrastinating, you're putting it off, you're not actually committed. Instead of bashing yourself, instead of putting yourself down, for what? What do you gain out of that? What do you gain out of bashing yourself? Like, it doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. As it's like, if you keep that negative cycle and negative loop going of just the things you tell yourself is gonna be true, when you can take a simple step forward, just start. It's like you have to build a good self-image of yourself in a way where it's like building trust with yourself. Like, how much does your word mean? How much does what you say actually mean? What is the value of it? Because it's like, if you say you're gonna do it and you don't, it's like your word doesn't mean much. But if you say you're gonna do it and you do it, you commit to it. It's like you are who you say, and it's like anything you put your mind to, you become. Or who you want to be, you will become. And it's like, yeah. I'm gonna end it off there, honestly, as it's like, I just hope it's like, I just want you to do what you want. Do what you want, be aware of what you want, find what you want. First, find what you want, then figure out how to do it, or where to start, and just do it. Like, that's all there is to it. Just put all feelings aside and just do it. It's like, we all feel feelings, but the same way we have two people feeling two different feelings, they'll probably be doing the same action. Take working out, for example. You can have two people working out. One could be depressed, one could be sad, one could be going through a heartbreak. Another person is happy. It's like, you don't know, but you see them just working on themselves. You see them just putting the effort in, and it's like, you gotta appreciate that. No matter what state of mind you're at, the fact that you're able to just put that aside and just do what you gotta do. And I'm not saying neglect how you feel, as you should make time for that too. But it's like, just truly just do what you have to do, what you want to do. Like, that's what's important, honestly. And, with that being said, like, hopefully something resonated with someone, as it's like, with you, because there's a lot of ideas and things like that where it's like, hopefully my thoughts about just all these topics, all these feelings, all these things just that you can take from it and grow. As that's the whole purpose, you know. We bring information to each other. It's like if you got anything you want to share, it's like by all means share it. As I am always open to just reading it, just seeing if other people read it too, they give a response, however it may be. And it's like, do, you know, whatever just makes you happy. That's what's important. Um, with that being said, dreamers, you know, turning dreams into reality, and love you.